What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You're watching Sports Talk with B Watts. I'm your host tonight, Bernard Watts. You got to do me a favor, do me a solid. Hit the like button as you come in. And if you haven't subscribed to Sports Talk with B Watts, please do. Small channel, still trying to grow it. Can't grow it without you. Subscribe to Sports Talk with B Watts if you don't mind. And if you'd like to continue to support the broadcast in any kind of way, you can cash out, super chat, or simply just join the membership. Join the membership. Just join the membership. Anything that you do will be highly appreciated. I want to say hello to the #1 chat on YouTube down there in the comment section. How y'all doing? Hope y'all had a tremendous Thursday during this day. Appreciate y'all for being down in the comments. If you're new to the show, you never been on here before, jump down in there in the comment section and just let us know how you're enjoying the show. Do you like the show? And let us know where you're from. How about that? That ain't hard. Don't call us in that. All right? All right. Got a good show we're going to talk about. Shedeur Sanders made his second practice today. Yeah, he had his second practice today. Looked pretty good out there. He moved around pretty well. See him throwing the ball. Man, I noticed some things in certain videos since the offensive coordinator have taken over. Tommy Reese, Shedeur Sanders was throwing to David in the joking, the tight end. My first time ever seeing him throwing the ball to Jerry Jr. in warm-ups. Now, it was just in warm-ups, but I saw it. And I showed the video of my last video show that I put out there. I'm just saying, maybe, just maybe, I don't know for sure, maybe Shedeur just may get his chance to play a quarter or a two if things go bad for Dylan Gabriel, or who knows what the future holds, but we'll see. I know one thing, I'm just waiting on Shedeur. That's all I'm waiting on Shedeur. So at this time, I see Greg said it backstage. Man, we'll jump on when he get ready. But like I said, we appreciate y'all tonight, really do, for tuning into the show, and hope y'all enjoy the show. We got a good show for you tonight. All right. Hello to the chat, Miss Patty Lee. I see you. I love CC. Miss Val Green, what's going on? MSD. How you doing? Miss Carolyn Shepherd is in the building. Bundo, what's going on? Who else we got? Michael Lockhart, I see you. Big dog, I see you. Lisa, Janice Pearson, what's going on? Anita Ivan, Lisa G, what's going on? Miss Queen Brantner, I see you. I see you and appreciate you tonight. Andrew Bolden, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? MSD, I see you. I love CC Rhonda H. V01. Kevin, what's going on, Kevin? I see you. Greg, what's up, man?
What's going on?
You had a good day?
Yeah, moving on along, man. Was it already Friday?
No, it's Thursday. Well, you might as well, but when you go to bed tonight, wake up and be Friday.
Yeah, it's already Friday, you know. Time moving and be eating turkey and all that in a minute, and you know.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, we were just talking about what we're gonna do for Thanksgiving. We're gonna go out of town this year. I said I don't want to go out of town. I ain't got time to be standing. The federal government shut down. You got to stand in that long line at the airport. And I said, you don't know what Trump finna do. You don't know what's going on. So I'd rather sit still.
Waiting on your stamps.
Huh?
So you wait on your stamps? That don't, what the big deal is the stamps, right? That's what people waiting on, stamps, right?
Oh, I don't know. I said I didn't want to stand in that line at the airport. You know the what's called. You know they not working since they work for the federal government. So I said, nah, we can stay around here, get our turkey and ham, and do what we do right here. What's up, JR? What's going on, JR? What's going on? How you doing, man?
Excuse my tardiness, B Watts, but I had to do some looking over some Q&A with my daughter. They learning division now, and she like, wait a minute, what? And I was like, baby, you got a test on Friday. So I was just going over some things with her, but
Oh, you still.
got
So you tell me your cerebellum and cerebral and pituitary gland can remember them stuff like that since you've been out of school?
Yeah, man.
They do it different anyway, though. I mean, they teach stuff so much.
Yeah,
They
they
do it
teach
different.
different now.
Way jumped up.
Yeah, because I see, because man, it's been a long time since I did. I said she brought that stuff on. Dad, you gotta help me with this. Shit, you gotta go your mom on that.
I had to do a conference call with her teacher because I was like, I don't want to be at home teaching one way and then she at school learning another way. So they showed me they breakdown. They gave me the YouTube videos that they use. I was like, oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah, but that junk don't be making no sense. Some of that math, how they do math.
Greg,
that's why the kids don't get it.
Don't make no sense. I'm like,
but all them subjects crazy now, man. All of them. They just math. Everything.
My tardiness, but what's up, B. Watts, sir? Greg, what's happening, sir? Shaq, what's happening?
I'm here, bro. I'm here, man. Let's go and get this show out the way. We'll let you go, man, so you can get back to your daughter, man. Mine called me today. You know, always money, always money, always money, bro. They do it on a Thursday. I said, I'll be glad if y'all get out of college, boy.
Yeah, you know, college, ain't that when they party on Thursday nights?
She said she needed an outfit to get ready to go to the I think it was homecoming or something. She said, I was about to sleep when she called. I said, okay. I said, so you gave me some money on my birthday. Now you want it back 4 days from now? Okay. You gave me money on my birthday. Now you're calling for it back in 4 days. Yeah. Y'all hell, boy. Y'all young folks hell, boy. Y'all got game. But anyway, I look like Shedeur was out there practicing today. JR, I don't know if you've seen it or not. Look like this is 2nd day back. He's moving pretty good. And still don't know if he will be active. You never know what Kevin would do. Yeah. But he gave over the play call to the new offensive coordinator, Tommy Reese. You think they're gonna make any difference for Dylan Gabriel and his offense?
Look, if it's any indication what Brett Bartolone did with Pat Shermer, Greg, no, right? It ain't gonna make no difference. So
I see why Prime didn't want to come out there to that press cover. But we'll talk about that later.
I'm sure we'll get to that. Yeah, with Tommy Reese and Kevin Stefanski, look, can it make a difference? Yeah. Look, you're looking at it from a different set of eyes, right? They've had a bye week to kind of adjust and move some things around. So you give them 2 weeks to kind of look through plays, I guess, see the strength of Dylan Gabriel, what plays he liked best, and then what plays Tommy Reese likes, and then they put their game plan together. Obviously, deep shots have to be a part of that because if you don't take any deep shots during the game, then the offense will look relatively the same. So I believe the longest pass Dylan Gabriel has thrown was completed to the New England Patriots, if I'm not mistaken. So if you want to change that around and you want to take more deep shots, they have to be calculated deep shots, probably something off the play action. So I think Tommy Reese will probably bring something different to the fold than what Kevin Stefanski did. And look, they can't be any worse because under Kevin Stefanski's play calling, the average of points was about 17 points per game. So if they're looking for more productivity, then you look to make the move to Tommy Reese, Greg.
I don't know, man. It's interesting. This parallel is getting weirder and weirder. Like this parallel with Cleveland and Colorado. I mean, the fact that they moved coaches and stuff at the same time, and they got the quarterback thing and identical. It's like, you know, you can change the offense, but do you make Staub a prolific downfield passer who not throwing interceptions just because you change the coordinator? You know, you don't change the style of play or the skill set. Dylan Gabriel, if he not threw the ball down the field, he would have been. The play calling is not limited you from sticking the ball off the ground and overthrowing folks and just, you know, only time he really hit people is when they wide open, and he not threading no needles. He not Shedeur. You look at him; he's all his throws that he did make. It wasn't wide open people.
Right.
Dylan Gabriel has not made those kind of passes. None of his 1 touchdowns that he had. look like that, on none of his passes. So he hasn't really been shown that he can make the tough throw. So none of that has to do with the play calling, but at the same time, I don't know. The play calling was very, I don't know, you blame it on it being Dylan or just the coach. It was very you run right, 5 yard out, swing right, it was very much that. And then when you want to knock the receivers, how can you knock the receivers when you're not throwing them the ball down the field? It's going to affect the receiver. Is not Billy Go. He's not Forrest Gump. They're not going to run full speed down the field every play knowing they're not getting the ball. They should be running their route. So it kind of takes away from the mindset of a receiver if he know you're gonna be throwing a 5 yard route. So you say Judy ain't do this, he ain't do that. He didn't come from that. He not even at Alabama, he didn't come from that. When they threw the ball, they threw the ball. So I think overall, if you open up the offense, maybe the receivers will come alive. And then you'll be like, well, they just doing that for Shedeur or whatever. But you ain't throwing on the ball, they ain't running.
Yeah, you're right, Greg, on that. And I think the offensive coordinator, Tommy Reese, when he was at Alabama, he used to coach Jerry Judy, that wide receiver, that 1 year. Then Nick Saban fired him after that. And maybe he will try to take some shots with Dylan Gabriel. Well, hell, like Greg said, and I've been saying, don't matter what play you call, no matter what scheme you come up, if your quarterback can't see over the line of scrimmage and can't see downfield, it ain't gonna matter nowhere. It ain't gonna matter, Jay. I just saying. And when you look at the whole situation, it just, for me, it's time for Shedeur, because we don't see what Dylan Gabriel gonna do. He ain't gonna get no better.
He not comfortable. He clearly not comfortable.
No, he's not.
He's clearly more comfortable with short routes.
Yeah. And like you said, all through training camp, he showed us what he was. Overthrow, skipping on the ground. They have to move the pocket so he can see. He's not a pocket passer. So that's what I look at when it comes to him. And I see they got rid of their chief strategist, where they didn't get rid of him. He went on the left today to be in charge of the Colorado Rockies baseball team. And I just believe, they meet on Mondays and Fridays. I think they met that Monday with their own. I think he gave them the blueprint. What he gonna do? He gonna clean house. I believe he gonna clean house. That's when Kevin. That's when Kevin Stefanski side said, okay, since they finna clean house, Tommy will be calling the plays then for the rest of the year. Y'all can stay here the rest of the year. He might keep Andrew Berry. That's his book boy. So you never know. It's gonna come out sooner or later.
This is diversity and equity. You say,
yeah, exactly. Man. But all this stuff don't start leaking out. That's why Andrew canceled his press conference, because he used to do it during the bye. He don't want to be asked no question. And now you seeing the media, especially Tony Grossi, boy, he just went all today on Dylan Gabriel. That's the worst pick the Cleveland Browns ever picked.
How he say that?
Yeah, I said, you've been a cheerleader all this time, and now you want to say he's the worst pick. We tried to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, I look, the days are absolutely numbered for Dylan Gabriel, man. Again, the play calling duties have been pushed over to the actual offensive coordinator, or the person with the duty title of offensive coordinator for the organization. So I think Dylan Gabriel probably on a 2-game rehearsal. They trying to figure out, all right, can Tommy Reese put a spark? Is Tommy Reese gonna bring something different outside of Kevin Stefanski? Because play callers, they'll get into a certain situation where they running the same plays over and over, like their eyes can't see it new. I mean, again, we saw it with Pat Shermer when it was bubble screen after bubble screen after bubble screen. We like, well, hey Pat, the bubble screen not working. But week after week, he came out and he tried to establish, east and west, and not going north and south down the field. So maybe Tommy Reese can bring it in and take a few deep shots. I think it's going to be to the detriment of Dylan Gabriel. That's not his strength. But again, you got to at least try, and you put him on a 2-game pitch count. And if it's not working in 2 games, then you just move on to Shedeur to finish out the rest of the season. But then you hear rumblings about Deshaun Watson is close to being pulled off the injured reserve list, and then they got 21 days to put him on the active roster. So we'll see what unfolds from that.
But they got to do that because they got him ready to come in right behind Shedeur. So Shedeur is gonna have an even shorter leash.
Yeah.
So that's when he come in. They got to have somebody come in behind him, and that'd be a bad thing if the people don't want him down. They barely, the fans already turned on him.
Yeah.
But I just think that Shedeur is he is a coach saver, I guess. Clearly, he saved Schumer. When you talk about
big time. Big time.
Now it's all coming together, right? All the Shedeur calling the plays, and you made it. He's daddy. He's changed the play. He's the reason why. No, he's the reason why y'all won more games than you should have won. You got to think about it. You had Baylor in a situation, but he had to make a big play to get Baylor, right? He had to make some plays even in some of those earlier games. Like when you look at the North Dakota States and all of that, those games were close. UCF, him and Travis, them deep balls ate UCF alive, right? If you had to play it around with UCF, you see they try to run you down in the end. They ran up the score on Arizona. It was them, not your play calling. It was the talent. When you won, it was because of talent. You wasn't winning because of your coaching skills. When your coaching skills had to get tested, you lost. Your coaching skills made you make the dumb decision not to put Colton Hood on the field. When we lost to Kansas State. Your coaching skills is how, and I know we'll get into all that because I don't say plenty about what Colorado doing now that they should have been doing. But at the end of the day, it shows that Shedeur, whenever he did audible, but he was only limited to the scheme too. So that shows there's only so much you can audible to when you in a bad scheme. And like you say, it was very vanilla. It was very plain. There's only so much you could do. And
let me ask y'all this. Let me ask you this. Why do I'll wait till we get to that set. Let me get the last topic. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you about Colorado. Let me ask you this about Cleveland. My last one, then we'll move on to Colorado. Jets tanking right in front of us. They traded away 2 players, and Cleveland, they want to tank, but in a way they are tanking. 2 tanks at the finna meet up in Cleveland.
When 2 tanks collide.
2 tanks finna collide. So man, they don't want to win. So who gonna win that game, bro? It probably be the most boring game.
Yeah, I think Cleveland gonna come out on top. Yeah, I'm gonna be a spectator to the game.
Okay, let me ask you this: who the NFL want to win?
The NFL?
No, they don't want to win. Who the NFL want to win?
If the NFL want the Jets to win.
Why?
The NFL.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out
why.
They want the Jets to win because they want to keep Cleveland at the bottom. I mean,
keep themselves at the bottom.
It's a clown show.
Cleveland keep themselves at the bottom. They got a quarterback skipping rocks out there. That's how you stay at the bottom.
Yeah, I think the NFL want the Jets to win because they just want to keep the clown show of what Cleveland is at the bottom.
Hey, to be a clown show, it sure got a lot of people watching.
I mean, look, people watching in anticipation of what could happen if Shedeur comes in, especially if he listed as the number 2 quarterback. Again, NFL is not.
What's the chance of that though?
I mean, you're injury away, so we'll see. When do they have to put out the official list of players who's available? Right, they got to do it by Friday, Sunday,
Saturday,
something like that. So I mean, there's time. I believe it may be Friday, and then they'll give a final report like right before the game if somebody gonna be inactive. But I think the first report come out Friday, so we'll see. If they put him on the active roster come Friday, which is tomorrow. But I think the NFL want to see the Jets win, just due to the fact it's in that same story of what the Detroit Lions could be or have become, right? You see, what's his name, Aaron Glenn. He's in a branch off of Dan Campbell. So why not have another feel good story, right? Dan Campbell got to Detroit. They were worst bottoms of the league. Then he built them up. Why not have that same feel good story for Woody Johnson and his Jets? I don't think they there with the Cleveland Browns yet.
But I thought you said that Cleveland had the most wonderful defense, and if the Jets don't have no offense, then wouldn't it be more like Miami?
Yeah, but the question was who the NFL want to win.
But I would wonder why the NFL would want the Jets to win, because the Jets
don't now one of them want to win, but who the NFL want to win?
They just dispatch their whole team, so it don't look like the NFL, the coach, anybody trying to win in New York. Now the problem is, what does that do? Like, what does tanking do? Like, they gonna do the same thing Cleveland do, get a new quarterback every year? Like, what is that gonna help? If they get 10 draft picks, what is that gonna help? Gonna take them to the Super Bowl? I mean, when you got a losing culture, we seen it with Cleveland, we see with the Jets. These are the teams that lose every year. Mm-hmm. We seen it if we get in Colorado. What happens when you lose so long? It takes a whole lot more than just getting some players to win. Your mindset and your culture and your expectations determine if you're gonna be a winning team. Because you bring players into a losing culture, it'll get on them. So how do you go from year after year with the Jets, and they change quarterbacks every year? They don't have just as many quarterbacks as Cleveland. Think about it.
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
Right, and they go, get somebody else losing quarterback. Like, oh boy, he left him on the Bears, and now he up. It's like they swapping guys all around, and they still lose. So it's like it's the perfect homecoming. It's like the biggest loser. This should be the biggest loser week. The Cleveland and Jets have been the biggest loser consistently for like over the last couple of decades. I mean, everybody else don't have a good year or two every now and then. For real. I don't know. I don't know how we could pick who NFL will want to win that game.
Okay. Yeah, I was just looking because neither one. Reason I asked JR and Greg, I don't think Cleveland want to win. I don't think New York want to win. I said who the NFL want to win. Yeah. So when you look at it, but let's pivot, man. Let's get into this Colorado thing. They got a game coming up this Saturday, and the question I was going to ask from a while ago is, why does Colorado offensive plays be so simple? Is it because the level of the players' mindset that they bring in, they don't want to put too much on them, or what? I'm not talking about terminology. Why they got to keep running? They ain't running but 7 plays. They're just changing personnel.
Well, they say they reduced it to 50% for Juju. So what that say?
Yeah.
Well, they 3 plays,
3.5 plays. If you notice, when they run the ball, they run the ball to the left. They're going to run the ball to the left.
I saw it on Facebook. I ain't know where AI what, but it's like they reduced it.
I'm just saying, man. They run the ball to the left to Jordan Seaton, and they're just switching running back. They all going to line up on the quarterback right side. They're going to snap the ball. He's going to hand it off, and they're going to go this way. That's the only way they do.
Is it me? Is Colorado line just stand straight up when they block?
That's why they ain't blocking.
Like they run block look like a pass block. Like they stand straight up. They don't foul the ball. They stand up and play patty cake.
It got to be coaching. There ain't nobody teaching them, bro.
They got gold jacket.
Yeah.
They ain't got no
it's
gold
because they played. They ain't because
they got NFL. They got 3 offense. They almost got enough coaches to get on the field.
That's true. They 2 away.
The doggone grad coach, they can scrap up. I ain't never seen that many coaches.
Wow, man.
I don't understand. I just don't understand it. Then when it comes to the defensive side, JR, the linebacker group again for 2 years, man. For 2 years, they line up on the line. On the line as a defensive back when you're supposed to have a Mike linebacker and a Will linebacker. But all of a sudden they bring a safety down in the box and he be the Will. What kind of defense is
They
this?
don't drop back in the coverage. They don't even try to disguise it.
And when they try to blitz, you supposed to blitz through a gap. They go head up the head with the offensive line.
They play patty cake, man.
Yeah,
2 years, JR.
Look,
what they say to watch films now.
I done said names on the show before.
I didn't say names. I didn't call no name. I'm just saying names. And then you said they went. You agree said they got gold jackets, be what? But damn,
they got 7 on 5 though. They got 7 on 5 and can't get to the quarterback because Colorado defensive players block each other. They run into each other. You say they both run into the same hole. So he tried to swim out and he run into his own man. And then it's a gap. You see what I'm saying? And then there's a gap. And the freight train run through that and run over your safety and 60-yard touchdown on a routine.
Oh, yeah, on a routine. You right. Since JR don't want to answer the question, so let me move to something there.
I'll go to the first question with the offense. Why did this?
Okay, let me start over with that. All right, with the offense, Junior Lewis make it first start. What's your expectation of the new quarterback, Junior Lewis?
My expectation for Junior Lewis for it to be a conservative play call game, right? You don't want to put the true freshman in a situation where he is the reason the game is lost. So I don't think they're gonna drop him back 25 times. So this may actually be the time where we see a running back get at least 15 carries. We've gotten to what's this about to be the 9th game or 10th game of the year, something like that.
So why you saying? I mean, what's your explanation with that? How you figure a running back on 15?
Conservative, because I'm thinking they're gonna be more conservative in their play calling, as far as like a running back running the ball. Because if you look,
they got 5 running backs, they gonna let them run. They ain't finna let them one running back run 15 times.
I think they're going to have to, because if you look at the numbers for the running backs throughout the season, no running back has gotten over 15 carries, not one game. And then you look at the person that has actually ran the ball the most, it's actually K Salt. Whether it's been on broken plays or design QB runs, whatever the situation is, K Salt is usually leaving the game as the highest rusher in the game. So I don't think they want to do that with Juju, because you don't want to put Juju in a situation where something happens and he gets injured. And now you got to go back to K Salt or Staub. Remind you, at the end of the game last week, Juju hurt his hand. They didn't put K Salt back in there or Staub. They went down to the other young man, number 22. His last name leaves me, but they went to him.
They want to get that man. Everybody else got to play. He said to go ahead and get
Ponder. So now if you go into this game and then you're dropping back, 25, 30 times, and Juju get injured, something like that, then that leaves you with where you got to go back to either K-Salt or Staub to, depending on the severity of the injury. So I think it's going to be a conservative call. I think it's going to be a lot of handing off. You're probably going to see some actual play action, a lot of tunnel and bubble screens.
You're going to see what?
Again.
Play action.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see that, man.
Why would you put it past him? He got a new coordinator. You think Air Raid Bart? Now, Air Raid Bart is not finna come in here and run the ball 70% though. He got his baby Shedeur back. Shedeur back. He finna air that thing out. Brett finna be Brett. Brett is not finna be this is his time. Think about it. This man's supposed to have this position from the jump. They gave it away to Son Lewis. They gave away to Sherman. This is on his time to shine. He can't come out here and be conservative and ride it out like the end of the second quarter with 30 seconds on the clock. We're gonna take a knee. This is Brett's time to prove that it's my time to shine. this is what y'all not. It ain't just Juju time to shine. It's Brett time to say, you know what? I'm happy to go out here and have people. I look just like doing, and by default looking like Sean Lewis because you say Schumer looked like Sean Lewis when he came in. So Brett been watching this whole thing. Brett been waiting to have the big stage. This is his big stage too for his little few games to prove that he should be the man that should you go get your boy what's called to come in and be the OC. This is Brett's chance to say, yes, you should have signed me a long time ago, Coach Prime.
I don't know.
If you go in there and Juju light it up, air raid, baby Shedeur style.
That's best case scenario, right?
That's the only case scenario. Because he air raid.
If you look at the game last week, the announcers were even saying, wow, Colorado's actually sticking to the run, even being down 30 plus
Salty
points.
Was still in there.
But what I'm saying is, if you go out, best case scenario, you get exactly what you said, Greg. You go out there, you air it out, and Juju look like the second coming of Shedeur. Worst case scenario, you go out there and you air it out, and that offensive line that ain't really pass blocking that much, get them lit up. Then the question is going to be,
what we been crying about? These dumb receivers, they all run down the field the same route. They not giving no support.
Is that going to change?
Yeah,
if the receivers have been,
it should.
Because B.Y. said it, the receivers have been running simple routes.
That's the coordinator who calling the routes.
Exactly, but that's the scheme of the playbook.
Right.
So it's not like
coordinator. So with a new coordinator,
Bartolone running Pat Shermer's system.
No,
so he's not gonna come in and be like, well, the route concept you running is a 7-yard dig. You need to run a slant. Now, he's not going to change that up because then that changes up the play call altogether.
He got to change it up because that's what's the problem. If you're not going to change it up, you should have left Shermer in there.
It didn't look change when he was calling plays against Arizona.
Week. That was the first week
and they ain't got
Juju, without a quarterback they can throw.
They don't have no ball. They didn't have no bye week to install no new plays.
But you can't install an air raid offense without an air raid quarterback. Everybody they gonna blame it on Salter. That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna say, hey man, I couldn't change much because I had the wrong quarterback in there.
He the scapegoat, but Greg, you play ball, Greg. So if you start changing up schemes and stuff like that, what else changes? The hot routes changes.
Yeah, he got
to change the hot routes.
They had none.
The fireworks. All of that stuff now changes. So you changing all of this stuff with everybody, they're gonna go out there and potentially look worse.
They can't look worse.
Yeah,
they passing yards was like 40 yards.
I don't expect Juju to go out there.
Juju came in and 1-2 plays and outdid what they did everything.
I don't expect Juju to come out there and throw the ball over 25 times. I think it's going to be 25 and under, and you're going to see a lot of handoffs. It's not like we playing the number one defense in the Big 12. If you look categorically at West Virginia's defense, they down at the bottom with CU.
Yeah, but
they giving up 400 yards a game too.
They just look, Brett is not against running the ball. Savion Wilkinson had over 1,000 yard rushing in a quarter of the season. And then they had another running back who was a walk-on who had another 700, 800 yards. So I ain't say he's not going to run the ball because clearly he do run the ball. But you're not going to expect his type of offense to operate with a Caden Salter in there. Now that Juju is in there, I guarantee you he's going to try some stuff that he wouldn't have did with Salter. They don't believe in Salter. They don't believe in it.
If Coach Brown want to really get ran out of CU, you go out there and you have Juju throwing the ball 35, 40 times. Try to pull the Shedeur and get him hurt. Wait, because we saw as good as Shedeur was, how many hits did he take? So you get him out there and you get Juju, the future of the program, and you get him out there his first start, and he taking 6 or 7 sacks, they gonna be calling for Coach Prime head to say why
Shedeur refused to throw the ball away. Shedeur didn't check down. Juju does use the check down, and he does throw the ball away. That's his way of what I said. He threw the ball away. Half the balls he didn't complete was because he threw it away on last week. So Shedeur, he'll run 3 laps before he throw the ball away.
So
that's why
if Juju,
it worked sometimes, it didn't work sometimes.
So now, what would you rather see? Would you rather see them hand the ball off and get 3 yards? Or would you see Juju dropping back, receivers not getting open because the route concepts are not good, and then he just got to throw the ball away?
But again, the route concept's going to have to change with the coordinator. That's the point of having a different coordinator.
It ain't changing this week. It ain't changing.
He didn't have the quarterback. He didn't have the quarterback.
I don't think it changes in his week. Now, after this game,
you had the same quarterback. If you come in, you got the same quarterback. I'm not going to change it because that's they built that supposedly around that quarterback according to his strength. And I'm not going to put a new system in with an old quarterback, but I will put a new system in with a new quarterback.
I just think it's unlikely, just due to the fact. We don't know how reps are being split in practice, but if we go off an NFL model, the first string quarterback is predominantly taking most of the reps. So if you look all throughout the year, what's his name? Salter was getting the first team reps, at least splitting them with Staub if Staub is the second quarterback.
But Staub didn't become the second quarterback to like the second or third game. It was him and Juju the whole summer.
It was him and Juju the whole summer. It was him and Juju the whole summer, but now you going into the season and your reps are cut in half or cut into a third.
Which so is you good because that means I can install a new offense.
If you getting used to calling 20 reps of practice in the spring and in the summer and the fall, and then you go to the season, hypothetically you getting 6 or 7. That's a drastic change, man.
Well, it's a good change to transition into a new play style, a new system. So it's I'd rather transition with a guy who haven't been getting the reps while I'm installing a new system than to try to force a new system on a man's old system. Salter has the old system. That's why he couldn't change much with Salter.
It ain't just the quarterback now. You got to think about the wide receivers.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to think about
everybody. The receivers ain't never routes.
Everything changes.
I got to agree with JR on this one. I got to go with JR on this one.
All changes up. The blocking scheme changes.
Yeah.
The protection of
they're not going to do that, Greg. They're not going to do what you do. They're not going to do that.
So why would you have them going?
They're not going to change. They're not going to change. Now, ain't the 3 games left. Coach Prime ain't going to let them change it. Look, he won't make things simple for him. He don't say it.
He making it simple, but guess what? He putting his man in to do something different. He
putting his man in to get through with the year. That's 3 games.
So you saying he ain't trying to get no bowl game?
The worst thing
they trying to get through with this season.
So Coach Prime ain't trying to win. He ain't trying to get.
Man, he know this team. Coach Prime know this team, bro. We see the team too.
Then that's the case. That Juju not playing, that ride it out with
Salter. You let him play because now is the time.
Leave Salter in.
Now it's the time to play because one, if you don't allow him to play, then you're going to start seeing decommits happening week after week with the 12 recruits you already got committed.
Yeah, but you didn't.
So now it's the time to let him play. But the worst thing that could potentially happen, in my opinion, is you go out there, you let Juju throw the ball over 25 times, and then you get blown out. And he gets sacked 6 or 7 times. If Juju is who you think
he is, he gonna be more proficient at passing.
But it's not just about one player. If the wide receiver's not getting open, Greg, and he throw the ball away.
It was the route concepts. It was the coordinator's route concept.
Hold on, wait. If he go out there and he following the coordinated concepts and he throw the ball away and they go 3 and out, and now the defense, we know they can't stop nobody, give up another touchdown. And then Juju come out there and he dropping back. Okay, nobody open. I got to throw it away. Another 3 and out occurs. West Virginia score again. Then what do we do? The worst thing that can happen is see you get blown out by West Virginia. The best thing that can happen, they either win or they lose close. If you lose close, it's like, all right, the young freshman came out there. He was able to manage the game and play very well. If you go out there and you drop him back over 25 times,
you're gonna lose him in them recruits regardless. You got to go out here and act like you're trying to win. Period.
Yeah,
if you trying to turn this thing around and show there's a future in Colorado, it's up to Juju and Brett Barlow to show to maintain them few recruits that's still here. To say it's a future, it's a because this ain't what you don't want to do. Juju
want to win game.
But he's
Greg, if you win the game, Greg, does that matter how you won? You won the game.
But this is the thing. You brought Juju in as the second coming of Shedeur. He was passing the keys and all that. The keys. And he doing where my keys at? So that's what you sold. Everybody was coming here. Gibson, oh shucks. Oh, we finna air this thing out. Then you bring him in here and you say, oh, we scared. We don't want him to air it out. Then what are you really communicating? It is no future. And there's no need for anybody to come here because he's not what you thought.
He didn't even do that with his. He didn't even do that with his own son at Jackson State. Shedeur wasn't at Jackson State throwing the ball 35 times his freshman year.
Yards every year he was in college.
He wasn't throwing it no 35 times a game, Greg.
But the thing is, he ran the ball. I just said Brett Barton to run the ball, but he still got his 4,000.
Yeah, he still got his 4,000.
So I'm not saying you sound like you don't want him to throw it. You don't want him to run it and play it safe.
I want him to throw it, but I want them to be smart with the throws. If you run him out there and you're thinking he's Shedeur, and then
he's not Shedeur. He's supposed to be smarter. He's supposed to be smarter than Shedeur.
Exactly.
Because he's not checkdowns.
He not Shedeur. You know why? Because Shedeur proven. So he got to at least prove it. Shedeur threw the ball though. They weren't scared. You can't get Juju in here a 5-star. Shedeur wasn't even a 5-star. And you get Shedeur in here, and you get this guy here. That's contradictory. If you believe in him, you better show you believe in him. If you scared, say you scared. But it's not just about him, Greg.
It is about him. Because Shedeur carried that team on his back. That team was no better. Let's just call it what it is.
It's about the team.
Brady mode.
It's about the
Brady
team.
mode. What was that? The team when he went Brady mode. That was Shedeur built a whole brand off the fact that team had to live on his back. Juju gonna have to show he had that ability for them to build that program around him.
Not this year, big dog. Not this year.
I don't see it that
but you
way.
gotta give him a chance to show that he has the potential. You can't.
They're gonna try. Pro Prime said, "Y'all just want me to throw this young guy out here. My job is to protect this young man."
That's 8 games later. He out there now.
No, he just said that 2 days. He said that 2 days ago.
He just said that.
He said that's why he didn't put him out there.
That's why he's still gonna protect him, Greg. He just ain't finna let that man drop back there and throw no 30, 40 pass. Come on.
Y'all put the number on it. All I'm saying is he got to throw that ball.
We know he's gonna throw the ball.
We know he's gonna throw it. We know he's gonna throw it. But what I'm saying is, if the game plan is to go out there and air raid, and we saying, well, the receivers running these crazy routes, well, the route concepts ain't gonna change in a week.
Got to change.
That's gonna change.
But Greg, it's not. It's not gonna change in a week.
Then guess what? If what y'all saying true, then he should have left Schumer out there and he should have left Salter out there. You don't change the coordinator and the quarterback if you're gonna do the same thing.
Okay, it's just like Cleveland. Cleveland changed their offense coordinator, and they still got it's the same thing, Greg. Same thing. They changed the offense coordinator, and they didn't change quarterback, and the same thing gonna happen here. They are not gonna change that offensive plays with Juju. Everything gonna stay the same. Everything gonna stay the same. Everything gonna stay the same, and they gonna try to protect him. They not gonna let him go out there and throw that ball no 30-40 times. The concept gonna change. They ain't had time to change no wide receiver routes. Because you know why? They can't think. They can't think. How you gonna change an offense and they can't think? How you gonna
you ain't proved they couldn't think. You know why?
Okay, have you seen Omarion Miller play wide receiver lately? Have you seen Cecile Brown run a route lately? Have you seen Cecile Brown run a route lately?
Amarion Miller is just like Judy. I watched Sincere. They say Sincere would have got that ball if he had been running the whole time. You know why Sincere wasn't running? Because he say 99% of the time y'all ain't throwing the ball down the field. So you catch him slipping. Amarion Miller know that hey, they more than likely ain't throwing the ball to me. He out there ain't blocking, keep jogging his routes. He ain't doing that. He didn't do that crap with Shedeur because he knew the ball could be coming to him. When you got a guy who's gonna be throwing that ball, the receivers' routes are gonna be different. They're gonna run them more at 100% than when you throwing these little underneath routes and bubble screens the whole time.
I don't believe that.
That's gonna open up your offense.
Hey, they still gonna run them bubble screen.
If you come up,
that's all they've been doing.
The DB know you ain't getting the ball.
They gonna run their offense like they've been doing. They're not gonna change.
But that would be a major.
Still gonna see them bubble screen.
That would be a major failure.
Them hits.
If they do that,
what else they know?
They should have just let Salter finish the season. They should have just let Salter finish the season. That's it.
You can't allow Salter to finish the season if the play on the field is not good. Like he wasn't playing good. That's why he couldn't finish the season.
But technically, you can't blame Salter, right?
What do you mean you can't blame Salter? If he's
running the plays that the coordinator running and he ain't throwing the ball down the field, if the defense missing tackles, the line halfway blocking and flushing them out every time, how can we put it on Salter? The only way Juju can differentiate from Salter is if he can throw the ball down the field. Period. That's the only way he can, or else he the same. If he can't put the ball down the field, if Salter can put the ball in the field, then we saying what was the difference?
So based off of Coach Prime coming out and saying, y'all wanted me to put him out there early when he potentially could not have been ready. My job as a coach is to protect young men. I don't think that mindset changes when you put him in the game for his first start on the road. So you put him in the game, first start on the road. Now we're not going to protect you. Hey, it's on you. Go out there and win us the game. No, they're not going to say, Juju, go out there and win us the game. They're going to say, Juju.
You can project to him that you expect him to win the game.
Hold on. They're going to say, Juju, go out there and preserve the game. We don't need you to lose the game. We need you to preserve it.
What is he preserving? If you can't score, you ain't got no good defense.
The goal is to keep the game close. That's the goal. Again, the worst thing that can happen if they go to Morgantown and they get blown out, however it looks, if they get blown out, Greg, they calling for not only Pat Shermer and Robert Livingston,
that's where you at.
Call for Coach Prime.
That's where you at. Because
so you gotta keep the game close.
You can't keep the game close when you can't score. Ain't you not seen that the past few weeks? That's why they lost, because they couldn't score. They clearly was trying to keep it close and they wasn't scoring. You gotta be able to score.
And why couldn't they score, Greg? Why?
Because they couldn't put the ball in there.
Is that the only reason why, Greg?
Yeah, on offense, yeah.
On offense. So
defense they can't tell.
So three and outs didn't occur on that. Wide receivers. Hold on. They couldn't put up points because 3 and outs. They couldn't put up points because wide receivers running the wrong routes. They could not put up points because they couldn't commit to a run game. That's why they couldn't put up points. They didn't have a problem doing that against Iowa State. Guess what they did? They ran the ball for over 150 yards against Iowa State, Greg. Guess what? They had a receiver get 100 yards. But they had a receiver get 100 yards against Iowa State, Greg.
Yeah, so but that was two different teams. Utah and Arizona interior line destroyed them.
That's why they were able to beat a ranked Iowa State team. Now you're gonna go play a West Virginia team that's just as bad as you categorically on offense and defense. But now you're saying, well, we're going to put the true freshman on the road and, hey, Brett Bartolone, this your time to air it out, big dog.
Yeah.
Brett Bartolone know he not going to be the offensive coordinator for next year.
This is only chance to be. To get another job.
He know he not going to be the offensive coordinator. He know.
How you
It's
know?
not going to happen, man.
How you know?
Coach Brown would have hired him last year, or he would have brought
This
him
is
to
his
see.
chance. He ain't
He
had
would've
no other
brought-
chance
he
to prove it
would've-
outside
he
of that
would've
scrimmage
brought-
game in the
He
igloo.
would have brought him to see you as the offensive coordinator. They went out and got Sean Lewis.
Exactly. So this is
He
his
left
chance.
Jackson State as the offensive
But this
coordinator.
is his chance. This is you. What are you talking about? This is his only chance to prove that he belongs at this level. This is not
No,
his chance to
man.
ball up in
No.
position and say, "I can't wait till the season over."
No, Greg.
Coach
No, Greg.
Coach
No,
Brown
Greg.
don't want him to
No,
be the
Greg.
offensive coordinator,
man, you
man.
don't-
Coach Prime said he love NFL coaching. That's the way he do.
But
Coordinator.
guess what? Barlone, whether he with Coach Prime next year or coordinator or at another, this is his tape to prove he can get another job. You see what I'm saying? So whether Coach Prime want him or not, he's not going to mess up his opportunity to prove what he can do. Whether Coach Prime want him there or not.
So he don't want. So he ain't gonna do what Coach Prime tell him to do.
He gotta go roll.
I said Coach Prime want to win.
I said so he ain't gonna tell. So he ain't gonna do what Coach Prime tell him to do. If they send going over that scouting report and they putting a game plan together, and he want to run the ball to make sure Junior is protected. So what you call it? Gonna sit back there.
We watched out of all people.
Say what now?
I want to run the ball. Since
we said it all season, we gonna run the ball. We gonna run the ball.
Now he gonna throw the ball more than they run it.
I did not say he wasn't gonna throw the ball. Now, Greg, you act like
I said he gonna throw the ball more. I didn't say you said that he wasn't gonna throw.
Okay, give me a. All right, okay, give me a number. Give me a number. How many passes you think Julian Lewis will have chance to throw?
You talking ratio? Like percentage?
Yeah.
I think Juju gonna throw the ball at least 60%.
Give me a number. Give me a number. 30 times, 40 times, 50.
So what is that?
Yeah.
50% how many plays?
Depending on how long they can keep the ball. You saying they 3 in and out. I'm saying I can't say the number, but I can say the ratio.
How you gonna say the ratio and you can't say the number?
If it was 10 plays, I think he throw it 6.
Give us something, Greg. Come on, put a number on. You know how this thing go. You say he gonna add out.
The number of chances he gets.
Is he gonna throw it? Is he gonna throw it over 35 times?
Yeah.
He gonna throw it over 35 times?
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
It's a simple answer. He gonna throw it over 35 times.
How many times, JR?
I don't mean how many plays he gonna get.
I think he's gonna throw the ball 25 times.
That's
about 25.
Yeah, I said
out of how many plays?
Yeah. I'm with you.
How many plays?
Out of how many plays? 25 times out of how many plays?
25 times out
they
of.
They probably get about 50, 60. They do 60 plays a game.
I'm thinking they're gonna get about 60. And I think Juju gonna have to use his legs in the game too.
Oh,
that's what get him hurt. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You try to get him hurt.
But no, I'm not gonna say
that blitz don't make him get up out of there.
Exactly. It's not gonna
be from a design
run. Yeah, it ain't gonna be from a design run. Right? It's gonna be the same way Juju ran for that first down. It was a pass play.
He looked good.
After the receivers were not open, he had to run 15 yards down the field.
True.
So I think Juju gonna have about 8 untimely, undesigned runs where he just gotta break out of the pocket and run.
Yeah, he's gonna do that a lot of time. They ain't like that offensive line gonna sit back there and that block for him.
Hey, because if they running that old Dumbo scheme, then yeah.
True freshman or not, Greg, if you're the defensive coordinator, you playing against a true freshman, what's your objective? What are you trying to do to that true freshman quarterback?
You already know what they're gonna do, but as an offensive coordinator, what should be your objective? To give them hot reads, something they ain't been doing.
They haven't been doing it all year.
They had that coordinator. It's a whole new coordinator. It's a whole new coordinator. It would be done to do the same thing the other guy got fired doing. It would be done.
All this, they haven't did it for 9 weeks. The 10th week, they're going to start doing it. I don't think that's going to happen, man.
Has he been a coordinator for 9 weeks?
They didn't run one hot read last week.
They had the other quarterback in.
What hot read did they run last? But does that stop you from running a hot read?
Yeah, you said
if you're the receiver, and the call is coming in and you see your man about to blitz and you still run a 10-yard post, that's not your hot read.
Yeah, but guess what? They got a different quarterback in there. You'd be dumb to do the same thing you did with the other quarterback because it's different skill set. It's different skill sets. It's a different coordinator.
I think it's a little bit.
If he do, all of them deserve to get fired. Y'all
think it's a little
the worst
bit
case
late.
scenario is Juju get hurt. No, the worst case scenario is if you put a new coordinator with Juju and you look the same. That's when y'all all should get fired. And that's when all your recruits should leave. Because
I think it's a little bit too late.
No hope if the team looks the same.
I think it's a little bit too late in the season to try to re-identify who you look like. This is the same issue they had the first year they got there. Sean Lewis was relieved of his play calling duties a little bit past midway during the season. Pat Shermer picked up the playbook. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. Exactly. It all looked the same.
It was the same quarterback too.
But Greg, nothing changed from a scheme standpoint, Greg. Nothing changed.
The same if you got the same. Like I said,
now you have to go into each room and curtail and change everything on the fly. That just don't seem. If you've been learning something all year, and now a week in, we got a week to prepare. You gonna tell me when we gonna change up? How much are we changing? Are we changing 50% of the playbook, 70% of the playbook, 100%? How much of the playbook are we changing at this point? Because we can only run so many plays in the game.
They didn't reduce it down to 50%. But what I'm saying is, you compare them when Shedeur was there. First of all, they didn't never have to worry about who's going to be the quarterback the next year because Shedeur was coming back. You see what I'm saying? Travis was coming back. They're in a different situation. If they can't prove that they're going to do something different with this quarterback of the future, they can lose him. They can lose the recruits. They can lose everything if it's going to look the same. That's what I'm telling you.
So they can lose them if they don't do it that way. You know another way they can lose it? They can lose it if they lose the game and get blown out, Greg.
If they get blown out, it ain't going to be because of him. It's going to be because their defense can't tackle.
If they get blown out, it's gonna be because they can't score the ball either, Greg.
Yeah,
that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. You know why it's gonna be that? Why it's gonna be that? Because the defense give up 30 points, and JR want to sit here and be conservative and play like Salter back there. They're gonna have to throw the ball. If the defense,
what I'm saying is, go in with a plan. If we go in with a plan and say, look, you know what? West Virginia also gives up 200 rushing yards a game, just like us. Now, why can't we be ball dominant? Why can't we not run the ball? Why can't we do that?
What did West Virginia put up on Houston last week? How many points?
45 points. But you know how many turnovers Houston had?
How many games did Colorado score 45 points this season?
You know how many turnovers Houston had? Houston had 4 turnovers.
Colorado thought they don't know how to take advantage of turnovers. They kick over fumbles.
4 turnovers, 2 picks and 2 fumbles.
But
two of the fumbles came on West Virginia plus side of the field. So now they got a short field to work with.
That's great. Colorado had short field against Georgia Tech. What they do?
What do you mean? They scored 10 points off the short field. You gotta
be able to score. That's my point. When has Colorado scored 40 points this season?
None.
Okay, they might have to on Saturday, sir, because they playing a team who just showed you they didn't have to play Willie Cooch's Creek to score 40 points. They scored on Houston, who Colorado couldn't score on. So
you saying Colorado score 40 points, Greg?
Yeah, I'm saying they might have to.
So now we talking about. So now you saying a team that hasn't scored 40 points all year. Now you saying they need to go out and score potentially 40 points?
How
that make sense?
What you're saying is not making sense. If you're going to play a conservative game against a team that can score 40 points,
Is the quarterback the only reason a team needs to score 40 points? Is that the only reason?
Virginia like there's some scrubs. You're the one who made it sound like, they give up all this, but they scored 40 points against Houston.
I'm not minimizing West Virginia as no scrub, but they're not a very good team.
But I'm saying they're capable of scoring 40 points against a good team.
Oh, okay.
So that means
So what?
means that you can't go into this game thinking you finna beat them 17-13.
I went to North Carolina State game this week, last week, and they played Georgia Tech. North Carolina beat Georgia Tech. Is North Carolina State better than Georgia Tech? No. But guess what? They scored 45 something points too, and they beat Georgia Tech. That was their first time putting up 45 points all year, Greg.
You can
it
win.
happens.
That's the point.
It's football.
Yeah, and that contradicts what you're saying, that you're gonna put a quarterback in to play conservative and not score. You gotta be able to score.
All right, man. If that's what you think,
Colorado's been losing games all year because they don't score. They're not getting here.
If that's what you think,
they've been doing. They can't go in with this conservative, non-scoring offense. They have to put points on the board.
If you think they need to go out there and air it out, hey, go air it out. But the mistake you can potentially make with airing it out is, one, you make your quarterback susceptible to bad plays. So you go out there and air it out. Let's say he like Staub and he started off with 2.
Though.
But Greg, that's the issue. You know why Staub threw one of the interceptions? Because the receiver didn't even run his route all the way through. He got bumped off his route and didn't even finish running it. He just went the other way. Staub was throwing it with anticipation that Sincere Brown was going to keep going through his route. The defender rerouted him. Omarion Miller, whoever it was. He just bumped him, rerouted him. So now, if Juju get back there and he about timing and he about getting the ball downfield, but if the receivers are not conducive to getting open, if the receivers are not conducive to lining up correctly, if the receivers are not conducive to going all out, then you're leaving yourself susceptible to Juju going out there throwing interception.
Staub throwing interception every time he touched the field. That was Staub's fault. That wasn't only Omarion fault.
Staub threw it to a spot where he believed Omarion Miller would be.
3 defenders right there. That was a bad
That's what he did. He threw it to where he believed Omarion Miller was going to be.
You compare your 5-star keys to the kingdom quarterback to Staub, you're screwed. If he's not better than Staub, you're already screwed. So for you to compare him to Staub, if he gonna go out there and play like Staub, you're screwed anyway. Because
I'm not comparing him to Staub. I'm saying the receivers that are around him, Greg. You didn't watch that. You didn't watch the all 22.
I did. I'm the one correcting you. It was Omarion Miller who got bumped off the route.
So regardless of who the person was the route ran all the way through, Greg?
It was a bad throw.
No. Was the route ran all the way through, Greg? Was the route?
Not only did he not run the route already through, he was covered, sir. He was covered. That's why he threw it straight to the man.
But did he run the route all the way through?
He did. He still was covered.
If it's your job to run the route all the way through, why not just run it all the way through?
Yeah, but you got 3 DBs over one man.
Why not run it all the way through, Greg?
But
if you know you're supposed to be in a spot, but you redirect yourself. How does the quarterback know that you about to redirect yourself and he under pressure?
If he didn't redirect himself, the ball was going to get picked off. It was 3 man right there.
But if it gets picked off and in the right spot, then not at fault for that. That's Staub.
I just told you it was Staub's fault.
If it gets picked off and not even in the right spot, can't even make a defense on the pass because he decided to go the other way. He made a decision. Boom, you know what? I'm just turning this way, dog.
There you go.
Come on, man.
You can't argue with Greg, man. Yeah,
he threw the ball straight to the man.
Man. You're gonna run your blood pressure up trying to talk to Greg now. I'm trying to tell you now.
I just think they should go in there with a game. I just think they should go in with a game plan.
Bad pass, brother. He finished the
Go in with a game plan. And if your game plan is to put your true freshman out there, first start on the road, and have him throw the ball 30 times, with the hopes of scoring 40 points, which you haven't done all year, I think that's a bad plan. But if you go
I didn't
in
say
and
that was
say,
the plan. I
but
didn't
if
say
you
that was
go
the
in,
hopes. I said
but
you
if you,
gotta be able to
but
score, be the
but
team.
if you go in with a plan and say, you know what? All right, we got this supposedly offensive line that's senior led. Let's go in and let's try to move the ball on the field with our running backs to a team, a defense that's giving up 200 some yards rushing the game like we have. So let's go try to move the ball that way. And we're going to take our shots with Juju. He does have a good arm. He got live arm talent. We're going to take our shots with him, but we're not just going to aimlessly drop him back 30 times a game. You drop him back 30 times a game, you're leaving him susceptible to having him look bad. And then what people going to say then? What is it gonna be? Well, Juju ain't no better than Salter. Are people gonna say that? Or are they gonna say, well,
Salter
you
ain't
need to
dropped
just
back
go?
20 times a
You
game.
gonna say the next thing you're gonna say, well, you just need to let Brett Bartolone go too. We already know Brett Bartolone probably gonna be gone. We already know that. So is it gonna be if you lose the game by a lot and you don't score points and you say, well, they just went out there and threw the ball? Who's to blame then? Is it gonna be Juju if the receivers don't get open? Or is it going to be Juju if he throw interceptions and the receivers reroute themselves? Who the blame going to be on then? Because all the blame went on Salter. Who else you can blame now? Who else?
They gonna blame the offensive coordinator and the
You got
wide
a
receiver.
different offensive coordinator and you got a different quarterback. So
Let me,
if everything
JR, let me help you out,
who
JR.
to
Let me
blame?
help you out, JR. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. Calm down, big dog. I'm with you, JR. I agree 100 everything. You know what I'm
I
saying?
expect you to be with
Hey,
us. You want Salter in the first place.
Hey, I already know what Greg is a Georgia boy. And he's and Juju is a Georgia boy. So you know how this thing go, man. That's what they do, man. They ain't looking at the game plan. They ain't looking at what Coach Prime done said. They ain't looking at all of that. They know, man. Come on, bro. It is what it is. But we want to thank y'all tonight. We appreciate everybody for rocking with us tonight. JR, Greg, give us the last word and we out of here.
Man, Greg is solid dude, man. One of my favorite days of the week is
Yeah,
Thursday.
it is, man.
So me and Greg go at it, man.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, man, look, we at day what of the government shutdown, man. And I've been out here volunteering my time at local food banks in my areas, man. Look, I hope everybody is doing okay and thriving however you can thrive in the midst of chaos, whatever that looks like. It's a good time to get back to community. It's a good time to get back to calling people and checking on your friends, man. It's a good time to call people and tell them you love them. Because what's happening right now, it's a disgrace and it serves nobody the right way. So I just hope people find time to, one, within the midst of this, find themselves, find their community, tell your community, hey man, I love you. I'm here for you if you need me. Because I grew up in the day where you could go knock on your neighbor's door and ask for a cup of sugar. But it seems like now we so distant from that, we afraid to ask people for help or support. So if you need help and support, don't be too big of yourself to ask for help and support, because 37 days in and it looks like no end is coming. Holidays coming. B-Watch just talked about travel. It's a lot going on. So please be safe, love thyself, love thy neighbor, and prosper and try to be as blessed as you can in the midst of chaos, Greg.
Yeah, I agree. We're in some very uncertain times. I'm totally uncertain what Colorado team gonna show up on Saturday. I don't know. The defense gonna show up and actually tackle. One thing we didn't talk about tonight is Coach Prime. Every week he's back to the fundamentals, all the fundamentals we cried and complained about all spring and fall about not, working on the tackling, knowing that's been a thing and the fundamentals. Now he's doing it. And what you say, week 8, week 9. So, he for the last 2-3 weeks they've been doing that. I don't know if that's gonna pay off, because that, if anything, that's too late. That's too late, because you don't got a lot of bad habits.
That's for sure.
And like I say, you train yourself for confidence. You train yourself with repetition. It's almost automated, and it's hard to do something that you don't do consistently and be comfortable and confident at it. It takes a long time. That's why you take those 3-4 months in the off season to work on that stuff. So before the season. So I don't know what that's gonna look like. We clearly don't know what the offense is gonna look like, or what kind of plays it's gonna look like, what the freshman quarterback gonna play like. The ratios you want to predict, we don't know none of that. That's a crazy place to be at this late in the season. This is an ugly place to be. Yeah, I think the same thing with Cleveland. So that's a weird parallel, but either way, I guess we in for a shocker. The good thing about it, we're gonna get to see the daytime bus, and typically, if our conspiracy is correct, they should play well because they're gonna be playing pretty much at practice time. So I know people saying, "Oh, they over there and it's cold and it's rain." Okay, they cold and rain in Colorado all the time, but this is their time. So hopefully they take advantage of that, and we shall see. Y'all make sure y'all go to Greg. Greg said it. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see y'all on Sunday.
All right, on Sunday.
Sunday 2:00.
Yeah. All right, we appreciate JR and Greg, man. This is my day to relax. Well, these two be on here because it is what it is, man. I like it like that. All right. Appreciate it, Greg said it. Appreciate it, JR Box. Appreciate it, chat. Love y'all. All of y'all. Appreciate y'all. Good night.
Are you practicing to practice or you practicing to be great? Which way am I going?
The next bus coming, you on the way.